Okay, so a while ago, before we started, Angelo was, playing already yung topic about correlation. Actually, very simple lang ang correlation. So, ang dalawang variables, pag sinabi natin correlation, it talks about two variables. Ang dalawang variable may ugnayan sa bawat isa, di ba? May mga variables na very much related to one another. May mga variables na hindi related to one another. For example, ang mental ability at saka academic performance, these are what we call two correlated variables. They are correlates. So, ibig sabihin, pag mataas ang isa, mataas din ang isa, no? The magnitude or the increase of one variable will increase the other variable. For example, if the mental ability is high, it would turn out that the performance will be high. If the mental ability is average, then it turn out that the performance is average. So, wag natin pilitin ang mga bata lahat high. Huwag natin pilitin ang mga bata lahat very high. This is not, in terms of education, ang normal na education is there are people who are below average in the normal curve. There are people who are average, majority, and there are people who are high and very high. Huwag natin pilitin kasi pag pilitin natin, di ka not-fit. Pag hindi sila maka-fit, then you develop people who are what? Behaviorally disturbed, emotionally as well, no? Kaya hindi ko makikita. May mga teachers, pilitin na pilitin ang bata. Huwag. Kaya ano yung bata? Kaya meron tayong tinatawag na master learning. Kung ano lang ang kaya ng bata, yun ang ituro mo para makapasa siya. Huwag mo pilitin na. Like for example, ang ituro mo ito ay hindi kaya ng kanyang kakayahan sa mind. Mental ability, hindi kaya pilitin na pilitin mo. You are destroying the child's what we call homeostasis, no, yung kanyang nature as an individual to grow happily and healthily, sinisira natin. Kaya hindi ko maintindihan sa education, no? Pagkatapos nagbibigay tayo ng test, pag may mga bata na hindi lumusot doon sa ating normal curve, bigyan natin sila ng mastery. Bigay mo yung test, ito anak, aralan mo ha. Ito ang gusto ko matutunan mo, basic ito. Pag naipasa mo na ito, pasa ka na anak. Huwag na tayo magsabi, failed ka, failed ka, failed. Naku po, Maria Joseph, hindi natin naintindihan ang language ng ating, ng nature ng ating mundo na nanggagaling sa natural law. Saan ka makakita, gustuhin natin lahat ng bata valedictorian? Pwede ba yan? Hindi magulo na ang mundo. Kaya ang ginawa ni Lord, pinadami niya ang average. These are people who can fit to any circumstances. Okay. Pero may mga variables na walang ugnayan. Like for example, height and academic performance. Huwag natin sabihin, pag tumaas ang height, tumaas ang academic performance, walang ugnayan yan. Kaya nga, when you do a research, you cannot do a research kung wala siyang tinatawag na theoretical framework. Wala tayong research kung walang theory na magagamit natin. Kasi ang ibig sabihin ng theory, these are what we call I would say, hindi pa natin sasabihin principle, no? These are constructs, no? These are constructs that are to be tested to prove its validity. So, ipoprove na natin. Like, for example, gagawa ka ng research, ipoprove mo na ang mental ability is related to academic performance, huwag na. That's proven already. Huwag na natin ulit-ulitin yan. Tapos na yan. Approve na natin ang so many times already. Hindi na kailangan yan sa research. Okay. So it's just a little introduction about correlation. Angelo, next. So the concept of correlation is used to determine if there is a statistically significant relationship between two variables. Pag sinabi natin is statistically significant, ang ibig sabihin, with the computation of, with using statistics as a tool, gamitan natin ng what error of percent na i-allow natin, sasabihin natin 0.05% error. So you are sure 95%, you are not sure of 5%. That's why pag naggagawa tayo ng research sa education and social sciences, ang ating allowable error is 0.05. You are sure 95%, but you are not sure of 0.05%. No? But in what we call in sciences, ang sa sciences is 0.01, no? Kasi they are very, gusto nila very accurate ang kanilang research, no? But if it is, for example, a research in medicine, testing already of what we call what is this? The efficacy of a particular, medicine, ang kanilang error na ginagamit is 0.001. Ibig sabihin, in 1,000 na tinatry out nila, only one is, alright, lumiliko, hindi sumusunod sa, ibig sabihin hindi tumatalab. So that is ganun ka-strict sa medicine. Kaya yung ating mga iniinom na medisina, alright, very effective kung tama ang diagnosis ng doctor kasi nga proven siya ng 0.001. 1,999% correct. So only 1% hindi siya. Yung sasabihin, bakit hindi tumalab? Talaga ganun yan. Hindi tayo perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Okay. Itong scatter diagram, makikita nyo sa baba. Correlation exists between two variables when there is a particular relationship between these variables. Okay? So, yung the variables na yan, kung may relationship, may mga variables na walang relation talaga, di ba? Walang-wala. Kaya, even for example, in marriages, alright, ibig sabihin, pag ang makikita ninyo sa marriages, compatibility, these are two variables. Ano ang ginagamit natin sa variables? If the male, for example, the boy, has that personality of wholesome, and the girl also has the personality of being wholesome, correlated yan. Ibig sabihin, happiness is higher. Mataas ang kanilang, ang engagement nila sa kanilang interactions is more beautiful, no? Pero kung hindi, may problem ang personality ng girl, alright, may problem ang personality ng boy, makikita nyo constantly, there is always a quarrel na. Kaya napaka-importante. Kaya in psychology, yung hindi pa nag-aasawa, ano nga hanapin nyo? Mabait, diba? Yan talaga. Huwag nyo hanapin, may magandang, huwag nyo hanapin, mayaman, huwag yan. Ako, ang mayaman, it cannot pay ng kabaitan ng isang tao eh. At saka ang sasabihin natin, pugi, nako, ang kapugian, pag matanda na yan, bala na yan. It's in the eyes of the beholder. Ang kapugian, kagandahan, nasa utak mo lang yan, nasa tingin mo lang yan, pero ang katotohanan, ang kagandahan, etc., it's because of the character. Character, maniwala kayo yung talaga. Hindi, nako, sa bagay, yung iba. Because ang iba kasi, ito, no? Ang attraction ng iba kasi is more on the physical. Attraction, ay kung ang attraction is more on the psychological, mayroon din physical, hindi naman pwede walang mata, walang ilong, walang But pag sinabi natin psychological, more on the behavior, di ba? Bakit yung friends mo, ang tagal-tagal ninyo, no? Mayroon kayong tampuhan, sadali lang. But why are you able to, be nice to one another? Because you are compatible. Why? Because yung inyong mga traits, etc. Ganun nagka-simple. Kaya there are many people marrying after 1 year, 2 years, hindi na maganda ang relationship. 5 years, wala na. Asawa ulit, ganun na naman. Sabi nga ng isa, alam mo, Dr. Oriarte, nag-asawa ako, akala ko okay na ang pangalawa, hindi pa, ganun din pala, pareho din pala. Well, that's the reason why, sabi ko nga, maswerte ang nag-aaral ng psychology kasi maintindihan ninyo, right? Okay, next, Angelo. So ito ngayon ang sinasabi natin, scatter diagram, no? Pag positive correlation, medyo may direction, pareho sila papunta lang right. Strong positive relation, ganon. Medyo halos ang mga lines, halos yung points nila magkapareho na. Pag sinabi natin perfect correlation, naka-straight talaga yan, no? Perfect. Kung ang score ng A, 90, ang score niya sa another variable, 90. So, pareho lahat yan, etc. Okay, perfect. Next. So, ito naman sa baba, ang negative correlation. Nag-scatter, no? strong negative, alright, nagkumpol-kumpol papunta sa right, left direction. Ang perfect negative correlation dito papunta sa left, no? Halos straight ang kanilang, pareho lahat ang kanilang scores. Next. So pag sinabi no correlation, ayan ang nangyayari, na? The other side is non-linear correlation. Meron tayong tinatawag na non-linear, yung sinasabi natin curvilinear, no? For instance, ano ba yung sinasabi natin strength ng tao, no? Curvilinear. Pag tumatanda ang tao, humihina ng strength niya. Kaya nag-curvilinear siya, no? So for example, may relationship sila, kaya lang mag-curvy, no? Hindi straight ang relationship. This will be, ito naman, hindi naman usually pinag-aaralan natin yung curvilinear kasi usually ang pinag-aaralan natin sa curvilinear yung matanda na, ito matanda. Like si Pacquiao, habang bata pa si Pacquiao, marami siyang mga panalo, di ba? Habang tumatanda na siya, bumababa ang kanyang panalo, but it doesn't mean na hindi siya mahusay. Ibig sabihin, mahusay siya, kaya lang may factor na nakikialam, edad, age, no? Okay. So, for those who would like to have a baby, healthy baby, so makasawa kayo ng bata. Huwag kayo makasawa ng matanda. Alright. Genes na. Ay, kung na-inlove kayo, okay lang yun. Basta mahalaga na-inlove. Sabi nga ng iba, love ko naman talaga, sir. Ay, di love mo. Okay, go ahead. Basta happy ka, okay lang. Next. So, it's the, below is a guide in interpreting coefficient of correlation. You have their perfect, very high, etc. I will not be explaining this because this is the self-explanatory. Next, Angelo. Ayos mo nga.
Nag-send po kan kay Ingrid, sir. Hindi ka pa lang tayo doctor.
Okay, sige. So, ito, laki-lakihan mo nga. Okay na, Angelo, okay na. So, the following reminders are can guide the researchers to interpret the result of the coefficient of correlation. Now, always remember, this is the relationship between two variables. So that does not automatically mean that one is the cause and the other is the effect. So pag ang ating ginagamit na statistics is correlation or relationship, so hindi cause yung isa, no? It's not the cause generally. There are other factors na nagkikialam. Why? Because we did not control. Like for example, IQ. May relasyon talaga sa performance. May IQ ka nga, hindi ka naman nag-aaral. Wala rin. May IQ ka nga, wala naman ang motivation mo. Wala din. Kaya there are other factors na nakikialam, but there is what we call a relationship between the two. This is not a cause and effect relationship because we are not coming up with an experimental research. Okay. When the computed R is high, it does not automatically mean that one factor is strongly dependent on the other. On the other hand, when the computed I is small, it doesn't mean automatically mean that one factor has no dependence on the other factor. Kasi kung isipin natin, there are numbers of variables that really affect a particular variable. Like for example, performance. There was a research conducted, and I was a consultant in that research, funded research. Ang isang pinaprove niya, kung yung performance ng bata sa physics throughout, this is a normally distributed, what we call variable. Hindi selective ito lahat. Inaral ang interest ng bata na nag-aaral ng physics. Alam nyo, it turned out that interest is one of the strongest variable that predicts the performance. Of so many variables na kanyang kinukorrelate, ang talaga, ang nag-come out number one is the interest. Ibig sabihin, kahit ang IQ mo average, pag may interest ka na super ang interest mo, daig mo pa ang mataas na IQ. Si interest is very important. May mga tao na masinop, no? Masinop, ay kaya nagsumma cum laude, nagmagna cum laude, nag-cum laude. May mga bata na ang tataas naman ang kanilang kakayahan ma-learn, mabilis. Hindi naman nagpupuyat, nag-aaral, wala din sila. Okay. So that's for the remaining reminders. Next, Angelo. So the person-product moment correlation, this is very common. Linear correlation ito, So like for example, kukuha tayo ng academic performance, yung grades in the academic performance, average grades ng mga bata, and then their IQ also. So Maria, IQ, Maria, academic performance. So pair by pair ito, Pag kayo ay magkaroon ng correlation, huwag niyo i-jumble. Kung ano ang score ni Maria sa IQ, yun yung score niya, siya din yung score sa academic performance. Kasi pag i-jumble natin yan, so wrong ang ating interpretation ng correlation. Third. So there was a defense na I sat down in that particular defense. Tinanong ko siya, okay, tingnan ko nga yung data mo, paano mo inayos yung correlation mo? So hindi niya, basta nag-correlate lang siya, scores ito, score sa kabila, hindi niya pinair. Ang sabi ko, that is questionable. Kasi pag pinipair mo ito, makikita natin ang totoong result ng correlation. Kung hindi mo i-prepare, so wala natin, hindi natin alam. Gagamit ka ng hindi correlation, maybe gagamit ka ng test of difference, hindi na correlation. Now, this one is the formula. It's easy to understand. So I will not explain, just through the formula. Next. Angelo, next. All right, in the formula, never mind this. Just, you will understand that when you do the activity. Next. So, mayroon tayong tinatawag na properties of the linear correlation coefficient, always between 1, -1, and +1, no? So, the value of R is always between 1 and +1. Wala pa yata perfect correlation talaga, no? It's impossible to have perfect correlation in the natural setting. So the values of R are not changed if all values of X and Y are multiplied by divided, etc. Well, anyway, these are just explanations. These are properties. Next. So we go into the hypothesis testing. All right. Later on in your in this particular subject, you will learn the test of hypothesis. No? You have the original claim. You have the alternative. Yung original claim, magsasabi ka na this one is related to the other, and then alternative mo, ganun din, equals to 0. And then null hypothesis mo is equals to 0. Alternative hypothesis mo, not equal to 0. So, okay? Next, this is just the sample of the formula, how you are able to compute the data. Next, Angela. So, common errors made in interpreting the correlation ratio. So, anyway, na-explain na natin yan, mga errors na yan. Next, Angelo. So, nakalagay doon per data, hindi pwede hindi pair, no? Next, itaas mo. Itaas mo na. Okay. Iganon mo na. Okay. For example, alright, 1, 1, 1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 2. So, ang ibig sabihin dito, yung score ng A is 1 sa X, 1 sa Y. Yung score ni B, 1 sa X, 5 sa Y. Ganito yan. Next. So, this is what we call the graphing, no? Ginagraph na natin. Kung yung, Okay. So, anyway, next, Angelo. Next. So, this is the linear correlation coefficient. Ito ang sample na ginagawa as your guide to interpret. No? Next, go ahead. Scatter diagram. Next. Okay, baba mo kaunti. Baba mo. Balik mo. Ibalik mo. Okay, ito ngayon ang normal curve. No? The region of acceptance dito sa ating tinatawag na significance of the person R. So, reject doon sa right, what we call reject the alternative hypothesis region of acceptance, and reject din dito. Both reject sa left and right if it is total hypothesis. You will learn this because we will be discussing this in research. Next. Okay, we go now into the ordinal data. Pag i-correlate natin parehong ordinal data, you're correlating now using the Spearman Rho. So itong Spearman Rho, pag sinabi natin Spearman Rho, you are going to rank these scores, no? Yung scores ng mga bata na 10, i-rank mo yan. Like for example, sa mathematics at saka sa English, tingnan natin kung may correlation yan. So, rank order. Alright? Itaas mo ang ibaba. Tuloy mo na. So here is the formula to calculate the Spearman Rho correlation. So step number 3, all the explanations are given there. Next. Ganon din ang ating pag-reject ng hypothesis, both tails, no? Negative and positive. Next. Alright, for example, hangilo sandali. Individual 1, sa isang test, rank 14 siya. Sa another test, rank 8 siya. So ranking, nirarank ang scores nila. Kaya ang gamit natin is Spearman Rho correlation. Ito may sample. Next, ang sample. Alright, ito ang sample na gagayahin ninyo if you're going to solve for this Spearman Rho. Next. So if the answer, for example, is 0.637, so ang ibig sabihin that the correlation is a little bit high, no? Kasi more than 50 siya. Next, Angelo. So the next correlation is the Goodman and Kruskal gamma. Okay. So ano naman itong Goodman and Kruskal gamma? So ito ngayon ay ginagawa ni Leo Goodman and William Kruskal, kaya nakapangalan sa kanila gamma. Used to examine an association in a given doubly ordered contingency tables. Pag sinabi natin contingency tables, so mayroon tayong two-way.
May din ako sa partner ko.
Namute ako. Okay. So itong Goodman and Kruskal gamma, ginagamit natin ito. Itataas mo na ang hilok. Okay, next. Sige pa. Alright, ibaba mo for explanation sa baba. Okay, itaas mo. So, ang unang answer sa Gottman's, ano mo nga? Itaas mo. Sige, dahan-dahan mo pagtaas. Okay, dahan-dahan. Sige pa. Alright, so ito ngayon, ang unang answer is 0.36. Next. Taas mo. Slowly. Okay. Alright. So, ito explanation dito, no? A gamma coefficient of 0.36 indicates a moderately small positive correlation between socioeconomic status and education status of employees. Nakalagay ito sa contingency table. Makikita natin, like for example, sa socioeconomic status, alright, high, average, low. Doon naman sa education, ganun din, high, average, low. Ilan ang sa high, ilan sa moderate. Doon natin nilalagay yung kanilang score, yung kanilang frequencies doon, no? So the results suggest a correlation based on the dominance of a parallel direction of the two variables. This means that 36% greater chance for a parallel direction opposite direction for the variables of socioeconomic status and educational status. So if the gamma coefficient is 36, it will indicate instead a moderately small negative correlation based on a dominance of the opposite direction. So, alin ba dito ang mas nag-dominate? Is it the socioeconomic status or is it the academic, what we call, variables, the educational attainment, educational status. Pakibaba ba mga Angelo yung contingency table? Okay. Kung tingnan ninyo, itong tinatawag natin contingency table, no? The employees are ranked on socio-economic status and educational status. For example, sa socio-economic status, we group it as upper, middle, lower. Doon naman sa educational status, we group them as upper, middle, lower. Okay. So, ilan ngayon ang upper socio, upper educational status, 38 employees. Ilan naman ang middle na upper, 16. So, middle sa socio, upper sa economic status, 16, etc. So, kukumpute natin ngayon ang gamma coefficient, no? Para sa ganon, makikita natin ang direction, ang magnitude of direction. Dito, is it really sa educational status? Is it really sa sa socio-economic status? So, ang answer natin, taas mga ngilo. Okay. So, ang answer natin, ang 0.36, which is positive, so there is a small, moderate, positive correlation between socio-economic status and educational status of employees. So, the result suggests that correlation based on a dominance of a parallel direction to the two variables, the 36% greater chance for a parallel direction that opposite directions for a variable of socio-economic status and educational status. So, ibig sabihin, mas nagpabor doon sa educational status. Okay, next. Kasi positive yan. Next is the correlation between nominal data. Pag ang data natin ay nominal, ulit, yung una, mayroon tayong interval data, yung person R, at saka yung Spearman raw. Then yung ating another one na sa ordinal data, may Spearman raw at saka mayroon tayong gamma. Dito naman sa nominal data, no, nominal. So lambda. Okay, so this is now the coefficient correlation of lambda. Lambda is a measure of strength of relationship between nominal variable. It is represented by the lowercase Greek letter obla, which is known as Gottman's coefficient of predictability. Okay, next, Angelo. So that's the formula for lambda. Next. So mayroon tayong to the right and to the left. Next. Okay. So, ang interpretation ng lambda natin, no? Lambda muna, lambda. Okay. So, okay. The obtained coefficient of 0.13, yung unang computation natin, 0.13, 0.138 is rounded into 0.14, indicates that when socioeconomic status is treated as an independent variable, siya ang nakikialam. Siya ang nakikialam sa another variable. The error reduced in the prediction measure is 14%. So, ang na-reduce na error is 14%. While the obtained lambda coefficient is 0.09, so 0.09 indicates that education status is treated as independent variable, the error reduced is 9%. So, mababang error kung gagamitin natin ang education status compared doon sa economic status. Next, ang taas. So, these results prove that socioeconomic status accurately predicts educational status of the employees more than the educational status predicting the socioeconomic status. So, ang ibig sabihin, paggamitan natin ng lambda, nominal data, no? So, mas nag-predict ang socioeconomic status kaysa educational status. Ibig sabihin, pag mataas ang socio-economic status mo, so there's the tendency na mataas ang makukuha mo sa educational status. So hindi nagsasabi na educational status, mas makapag-produce ka ng plenty of money. Hindi ganon yun. Dito sa results na ito. Okay, next. So the correlation between interval and nominal data. So pag ang data nyo interval, and then i-correlate nyo sa nominal data, ang ating kukumputin ay correlation ratio, no? So the correlation ratio is a coefficient of non-linear association ito eh. Non-linear. So in the case of linear relationship, the correlation ratio that is denoted by eta becomes coefficient correlation. Now, in the case of non-linear relationship, the value of the correlation is greater, and therefore the difference between the correlation ratio and the correlation coefficient refers to the degree of the extent of the non-linearity of the relationship. So, itaas mo na, Angelo, ang correlation ratio, no? Pagka interval at saka nominal data, ito ang gagamitin natin, correlation ratio. Next. Taas mo. Sige pa. Right. The point by serial, okay. Remember, yung correlation ratio natin, interval and nominal ang ating i-correlate. Don't you worry about this because it is your statistician that will tell you. Nakita ang data mo, sige nga, itong data mo na ito, sige. Ang gagamitin mo ito ay eta coefficient. Pero kung ayaw mo ng eta coefficient, sasabihin ng statistician, i-transform mo itong data mo as all interval para hindi ka mag-compute ng ganyan. And generally, ang mga researches, ang ginagamit is person R. Bihira yung Spearman o karamihan. Yung ngayon, kung magpasikat ka na mahusay ka sa statistics, well-versed ka, di gagamitin mo ito. Ipakita mo para yung mga members of the panel, hindi nila alam yan, hindi na magtatanong. Oh, yes. Hindi na sila magtatanong kasi di naman nila alam. Tatanong nila, di naman nila alam. Alright, next, Angelo. Point by serial correlation. So ito naman point by serial correlation, special type of correlation coefficient that relates the response of observed item to total test scores, no? For example, mag-ano ka ng test mo sa ano ba yan? Iti-test mo yung items mo kung correlated sa total score. So item number 1, ang sumasagot ng item number 150, ano ang total score? Alright, i-correlate mo yan, item number, total, item to, para makikita mo kung alin ang mga items doon na may correlation. Ang mga items na walang correlation, tanggalin mo yan. Kasi ibig sabihin, yung items, the items that you prepared did not belong to that particular construct. So, point by serial correlation is a special type of correlation that relates the response of the observed item to a total test score. So, there are, instances that you're interested to get the degree of the relationship between two variables where one variable is non-dichotomous, such as test scores, and with the other one is dichotomous. So, itong example dito, ginamit ang sex, no? Now, is sex related to intelligence? Okay. So, ang ginamit dito is the point by serial. For example, sa example dito ng sex, alright, male, female, diba? Alright, ano ngayon ang score ng male? Ano ang score ng female? And then, using this particular computation, solutions, ano mo, Angelo? So, this is the example of the point by serial correlation. Alright, next. Well, in actual activity, alright, what is important? Yeah. What is important na intindihan ninyo itong correlation? Ano ibig sabihin ng correlation? You know why? Kasi pagka kayo ay mag-compute na ng statistics, gagamit lang kayo ng program Excel. Kung ayaw ng Excel, is SPSS. Ang dali lang, ipasok mo lang yung data. Kaya lang, yung mag-program doon ay alam niya ang gusto niya ipalabas na statistics. Kaya isubmit lang, ibigay nyo, sir, statistician kayo. Ito, in our school, mayroon tayong statistician, no? Si Professor Rodel Cahilig, alright, which is under my tutelage, no? So siya ngayon ang ng statistical tools ninyo, kaya hindi niyo problema ang statistics. Or sa akin, Ituro ko lang, sabihin ko, Rodel, gamitan mo ito ng ganito, i-compute mo na para makikita na natin ang result. Ang inyong problema na lang, how will you interpret? Pero turuan din kayo mag-interpret. And then interpretation based from the data, and then interpretation as supported by your literature, and supported by your experiences in life, kung ito ay talaga tumama sa buhay ninyo. Kung isipin niyo ang hirap ng statistics, mahirap kasi magkukompute kayo. Pero sa panahon ngayon, hindi na mahirap. Mayroon na tayong software. So, ang mahalaga lang sa inyo, maintindihan lang ninyo ito, no? Yung ibang mga professors, nako, pahirapan ng estudyante. Hindi naman sabi ko nga, pahirapan ng estudyante pag nagsusulat ng thesis yan. Ibigay lang yan sa statistician ang magkukompute. Maybe talaga you are required to learn this if you are really major in statistics, no? Para more or less, pag major ka, naintindihan mo kung ano itong mga construct na ating pinag-uusapan dito. So, your take-home exam, pag hindi nyo maintindihan, sundan ninyo yung sample dito sa book. Pag nahirapan kayo, alright, magtanong kayo sa kaklase ninyo, tulungan kayo. Alright, para matututo kayo. Kasi you cannot learn statistics just by listening. You learn statistics by doing. Gagawa talaga. You do. For example, find the value of linear correlation coefficient and test the claim that there is a linear relationship between weekly rice consumption and size of household use. Alright, the alpha of 0.05. So, ibig sabihin, balik kayo doon sa text, no? Makikita ninyo ito, ang sample, sundan ninyo yung sample na yan. Now, habang sinusundan nyo ang sample, always remember na walang correlation na more than 100. Walang correlation na more than 1. No correlation more than 1. Etc. etc. Always remember that. So, ang correlation nyo magsimula between 0 to 100. So, mag-start kayo ng between 0 to 100. 1, negative plus or minus, then negative or plus 99. Okay? Then number 2, the Spearman-Rowe rank order correlation. You will understand, you will appreciate this pag sundan ninyo yung sample sa itaas. Next. Now, use the given data to find the coefficient. All right. Coefficient, correlation of lambda according to sex and academic classification of statistics between Colegio de San Gabriel Arcangel. No? So, the male and the female. Next. Number 4, all right, some first year and second year students at the Colegio de San Gabriel Arcangel will rank according to class standing and religious attitude. Then compute the gamma for the given data. Okay, next. Number 5. So the correlation ratio na ito, eta, no? And the last one, you have the point by serial correlation. So there are 6 activities or take-home exam that you are going to solve. Follow the samples, no? Do not be, wala na itong learning activities. Ito lang, solve lang yan, no? That will be your take-home exam. Examination na gagawin ninyo sa bahay nyo. Not in the classroom. Alright. Maalaala ko noon when I took up my advanced statistics, yung mga inferential statistics with Dr. Flores. Grabe ka-strict to ni Dr. Flores noon, no? So, half of my classmates did not continue anymore. Sabi ko sa kanila, tuloy lang ninyo yan. Di naman kayo ibabagsak ng professor na yan. Alam naman niya na hindi kayo statistics. It happens kasi na siya Doctor of Mathematics in Statistics yung aming professor from UP. Kaya nagpapakita ng kanyang galing. Nararato ng mga kaklase ko Natatakot sila kung ano ka. Sabi ko, huwag kayo matatakot. Ganun lang yung professor natin yan sa statistics. Isipin mo, pag magdadrop kayo next time yan, baka di na bibigyan ng UST ng load. Let's be practical. Alam mo, in the graduate school, kung hindi niyo yung statistics, intindihin lang niyo anong correlation? Relationship ng 2 variables, yun lang. And then yung mga types of correlational, what we call coefficient, etc. Tingnan ninyo kung anong ibig sabihin ng meaning. But in terms of the computation, submit ito, like what we call a particular, ano yung tawag, program. So what I'm after here is, gagawin lang ninyo ang inyong test, no? Like for example, after nakikita ko na may answers ka na hindi tama, ibalik ko lang para i-review ninyo yun, no? Until sa time matama ninyo, no? Huwag kayo matatakot kasi karamihan sabi ng statistics, natatakot kami, no? As what I have said, all right, I teach statistics because I want you to love statistics, no? The moment you start computing and you know the procedure and the answer, my goodness, you love statistics there. Lalo na pag nagsusulat na kayo ng research, nako. Alright, sasabihin nyo, ay ganun lang pala, kadali lang pala. Okay, sige. So maybe that would be enough for today kasi kung dagdagan pa natin ang next na topic, baka sasabihin ninyo, ay naku, napakadami pala gagawin namin eh. So kaya lang sa pag-aaral talaga hindi pwede walang gagawin. Alam mo, learning really is taking place when you do it yourself. Do you think yung mga professor na nagle-lecture naintindihan lahat ng estudyante? Hindi naman eh. Nagle-lecture lang siya kasi mag-lecture siya. Mas naintindihan ninyo yan kung nagbabasa kayo, binabasa nyo, iniintindi nyo, you will learn, diba? That's what we call learning is taking place. More activities. Okay. So, maybe we'll for a while tayo para sa sunod na, anong next subjects natin ang galaw?
Bukas po yung tatlo.
Ay, wala na. Sure ka?
Gagawa po ka ng exam ngayon.
Okay, sige. So, yun na lang ang inyong activities. Sabi niya, hello, wala na raw. So, enjoy doing your activities. Kung, tingnan lang ninyo paano nyo masusundan yan. Maniwala kayo.
Sa Gabriel Philosophy activity nila.
Okay, sige. Okay. Okay, sige. So, other questions that you would like to raise before we would like to end our what we call class this morning?
Yung exam po nila within this week, yung multiple choice po.
Ito, oo. So, yung multiple choice ninyo, maybe ang gagawin ko, no? Alright, ibigay ko muna sa inyo walang answer.
Nakita na po nila dito.
Nakita na. Walang answer yan. Hanapan ninyo. Okay. And then later on, I will have to randomize, rumble ko yun, ha? Kasi nga, that is, helping you learn. Kasi kung sasabihin ko multiple choice, sasabihin na, ano ba ibibigay ni Dr. Riarte na multiple choice? At least meron na kayong aralan. Oh. So ito pala ang gusto na natin matutunan sa ating statistics. So yung purpose ko ng multiple choice para I could be able to discriminate. Kasi hindi naman pwede tayo may isang professors. Lahat na ng estudyante ay plot 1, hindi naman. Ibig sabihin ay kung lahat kayo perfect, hindi lahat plot 1, pero that is sometimes impossible, na? So may basis, mahirap naman yung walang basis, na? Itong inyong mga take-home examinations na yan, this is just to let you experience how to understand statistics, na? Just complete all the requirements to satisfy the requirements. Okay? So, huwag kayo matatakot kung mali ang answer. Never mind. Sagutan lang ninyo kahit mali. Because it is answering wrong that you start to learn already what this particular, construct in statistics that is asking you to understand. Okay, so kung wala na, I would say thank you. Thank you because you come. I hope you will invite more students out of Luzon, no? Okay. Ano ang ilutugtog mo na bago mag-end? Puto opportunity na tayo. Sige.
Bukas na po ng Thank you.
Okay, pakibukas na ng inyong
Yes. Kaya po yung screen ko lang po. Okay po. 1, 2, 3, smile. Saka po, yung iba po, baka po sumabot. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay po.
Okay, thank you. See you next Saturday.
Thank you, Doc. Bye po sa lahat.
Thank you, Doc. God bless you more.
Sige.
God bless po. God
Ay,
bless po.
uy, ang dami nag-hearts.
Thank you, Doc.
ah.
I'll see you later.
All right, for those who are here in our vicinity, you can see me anytime. For those who are far, you can even communicate me through text messages na. Meron nagtitext sa akin and I answer all mga messages sa akin. Kaya ang gising ko sa gabi, 2, 3. Tuwing gising ko, ako yung sumasagot ng mga message.